What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about Tom Willander and him having spoken out about the stalemate for his contract. We're going to go over an article written. We're going to be going over an article from our friends at Canucks Army, our friend in particular, Mr. David Quadrelli. And we're going to basically go over some quotes that Willander says as he was interviewed and he was asked about the stalemate for his contract and, him not having signed with the Canucks yet. We get actual quotes from him himself. And so let's just go ahead and dive right into this. In case you haven't heard, the Vancouver Canucks haven't been able to get top defense prospect Tom Willander signed to an entry-level contract. Drafted with the 11th overall pick of the 2023 NHL draft, Willander wrapped up his sophomore collegiate season with BU, and the expectation was that he'd sign his ELC with the Canucks. But that didn't happen. Instead, Canucks general manager Patrick Allvin shared at his end-of-season media availability that Willander intends to go back to school next season. As can always be expected in a market like Vancouver, plenty of rumors circulated as to why this was the case, but Willander himself says it's coming down to the simple ask of putting standard Schedule A bonuses in his ELC. Recent reports suggest that the Canucks are about $200K off of Willander's ask. Here's some of what Willander, who is currently trying to qualify for Team Sweden at the IIHF World Championship, had to say in an interview with Cam Robinson of Elite Prospects. He says he never asked for the Canucks to burn the first year of his entry-level deal or promise NHL playing time immediately. And this is a quote from Willander. "No, we didn't ask for anything like that," Willander said, speaking via phone Friday afternoon. And at the same time, Willander was honoring one of the Canucks' requests. It's why he didn't join the national team until recently, as contract negotiations dragged on with Vancouver. "They asked us earlier in the season. The Canucks didn't want us to play there," Willander said. "But then as time moved on, it became viable, so we decided, okay, it could be fun to play games with really good players." And what if Vancouver called today with a sufficient offer? Would he hop on a plane to Abbotsford to join their AHL playoff run, which may or may not end tonight in a first-round series? "I haven't even thought about it hypothetically because it's not close to being a done deal," Willander said. Another rumor that made the rounds was that Willander was asking for guarantees that he wouldn't have to play in the AHL, something he says is not true. At the end of the day, he sounds like a young player focused on worrying about the things he can control and nothing more. "It's been good. I try to be objective with it all. It's not bothering me too much. I like Vancouver. I like the guys that are around, the development team, as well as the guys on the team and in Abby, the draft picks I've met. I like all those guys." So there's that article from our friend David Quadrelli of Canucks Army talking about Tom Willander and actually getting some actual quotes from Willander himself. Now, before we break down some of the things that he said, I'm going to do my sponsor read, and then we're going to dive right into it. Are you looking for an energy drink that is jitter-free, crash-free, no sugars, no artificial colors or dyes, and no calories? Then Dubby Energy is for you. With over 15 plus unique custom-made flavors, go ahead and get a starter sampler pack, which includes 3 different flavors. Use code TheLineChange to get 10% off your next purchase. Dubby Energy, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. All right, let's go ahead and break down some of the quotes that he made. Let's start off with the him mentioning that he was never asked by the Canucks to burn the first year of his entry-level deal. And yeah, that makes sense, So apparently he was never asked by the team or by the organization to do so. That was all a rumor. It seems like at this point. He also brings up the fact that he was honoring one of the Canucks' requests not to join the national team at the beginning. It's something that the Canucks requested that he do not do, probably because they were wanting him to play in Abbotsford, especially for the playoff run. But I guess, with the negotiations dragging on, he decided that, hey, I'm not playing right now and I want to keep playing. He obviously, with BU being eliminated in the Frozen Four and coming up short, he clearly wasn't finished playing hockey yet and he wanted to keep playing. So that's why he went to Sweden and is trying to qualify for the national team at the IIHF World Championship. Now, this is interesting. Them asking, or the question being posed, if Vancouver called today with a sufficient offer, would he hop on a plane to join Abbotsford, to join their AHL playoff run? Obviously, this article was from yesterday. If you're talking about right now is probably impossible. And we probably would have heard something if that were going to be the case. But I'm intrigued by his answer, saying I haven't even thought about it hypothetically, because it's not close to being a done deal. That last part, I do not like how that sounds. No, he's saying it's not close to being a done deal. So that makes you wonder, how close is not close? Obviously we know about the rumor about the 200K being the difference between him signing and him not signing. Is that Willander possibly confirming that? Obviously, he's not confirming the number, but is he confirming that rumor that 200K is, or that is the holdup between the two? But from the things that sounds like he wants to be in Vancouver. He wants to be a part of this organization. I'm actually a little surprised there's no that in this interview, or rather in this article, that there's nothing about him going back to school, which is something that Patrick Allvin mentioned at the end of season media availability. He mentioned how, Willander wants to go back to school for a third year. But I don't see anything in here about that. So I guess, I don't know if you can still call that, or if we can just count that down as a rumor or what. But yeah, so this is Willander's response to the stalemate of his contract. He basically is saying, he was never asked to burn that first year of his ELC. He was honoring their request to not play in the World Championships until negotiations stalled, and he decided to, go ahead and play, because things weren't progressing when it came to him signing his ELC. So for that, I don't really blame Willander at all. I don't blame him at all. The kid just wants to play hockey. And if you think about it, playing for your country is a pretty big deal, even if it's, a junior level. It's still a really big deal. So I do not blame him whatsoever for him wanting to try and qualify for Team Sweden. But so yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to do a little video. I happened to stumble upon this article real quick, and we have been talking a lot of Tom Willander the last few days. So I figured, hearing from the kid himself would be a nice and refreshing take, and a little bit of a break from the rumors that we've been hearing the last few days. But it's good to hear from Willander himself, and give us a little more info when it comes to his negotiations. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the Line Change, and would like to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell, and that way you are notified every single time we upload a video. You can find us on social media. You can find us on Twitter /X at LineChangeVan. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can also find us on Facebook. If you just simply search The Line Change on Facebook to find our Facebook page. If you prefer a audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please be sure to rate and review. If you do, it would be very much appreciated. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.